So I've put together this PowerPoint to talk to you a little bit about what exactly is AAI, Animal Assisted Interventions. I want to be able to talk about what AAI is and what the differences are between the service dog or assistance dog industry. So animal-assisted interventions. As I mentioned already, this is just to support your understanding what AAI is and how it differs from other ways that animals help humans. There is a lot of guessing and misunderstanding about how these fit together. I wanted to let you know that I started out as a service dog trainer, but I have learned that I am more comfortable and happy in animal-assisted interventions. My first passion is education, so being able to add dogs as co-workers to help humans is a perfect fit for me. AAI as a definition, it's goal-oriented, structured interventions that intentionally incorporate animals into the areas of health, education, and human services for the purpose of therapeutic gains and improved health and wellness. And this comes right from the Pet Partners Handler Guide 2017. The current preferred terms are animal-assisted intervention, or AAI, animal-assisted education, animal-assisted activities, and animal-assisted therapy, which suggests that the animal acts as a motivating force to enhance treatment that is provided by a well-trained person. And again, that's directly from the Handler's Guide. So animal-assisted interventions defined. Animal-assisted intervention activities are enhancing the quality of life. Animal-assisted education is curriculum with academic or non-academic goals. And animal-assisted therapy is treatment for physical, emotional, or cognitive issues. What do you think is going on in this picture that I put up here for you? I know you're not here to answer me, but it's animal-assisted activities. This animal is just visiting this elderly person who is hospitalized to bring him some joy and connect him with something that's loving and non-judgmental, enhancing the quality of his life. Animal-assisted activities, and by the way, that's my dog, Charity, and she is working in a reading program that my students at the high school used to do for the younger kids up the road in the elementary school. So animal-assisted activity offers opportunities to improve the quality of life, as was mentioned in the slide before. It can provide motivation, which these young men were not very interested in reading, but when Charity showed up at the school, they got their books out and they couldn't wait to get down to where we would do our reading with her. It can provide educational benefits. If the kids are willing to read to a non-judgmental, fuzzy, furry, loving animal, they are certainly going to become better readers. Recreational benefits, taking a dog for a walk, just as part of an animal-assisted activity, certainly can provide you with those benefits. And specific treatment goals, this is really important, they're not planned. So it is just an activity. We can take notes and journal write as to what we think is improving or happening in our activities, but there's no goals that we're trying to reach. Animal-assisted activity offers opportunities to improve the quality. Animal-assisted education, AAE, is goal-oriented. So there are goals set for the students, and you will keep track to make sure that those goals are met. And this is actually a student that I worked with in one of the pilot programs up in one of the high schools. So the activity, or the animal-assisted intervention is planned, it's structured, it's delivered by an educational professional in an educational setting, and activities are focused on academic goals, social skills, and/or cognitive functioning. Animal-assisted therapy. AAT, again, is goal-oriented, and this is a student that was also at that high school that I was doing the pilot in, and he was working with the OT that came in and his teacher with the dog to support him. Again, it's planned. There's all kinds of treatment planning going on prior to the intervention. It's structured. It's delivered by a physician, an OT, a PT, a nurse, social workers, speech therapists, or mental health professionals. And activities are focused on the activities that fall in the realm of their profession. Assistance dogs, and this is a big umbrella that takes in guide dogs, hearing dogs, service dogs, and emotional support animals. So these dogs are trained for 2 or more years intense training, and they are placed with a person who has a visual impairment or a hearing impairment. So it's not a handler with a therapy dog that goes to help someone else. The dog is placed with one individual, and that dog lives with that individual and provides support. Guide dogs and hearing dogs can accompany their life partners anywhere they go: restaurants, theaters, airplanes, transit, washrooms. Absolutely anywhere they go, the guide dog and hearing dog can go to. The team must undergo a rigorous public access test before they're allowed to go into that public place, and it needs to be done by a accredited assistance dog organization. Service dogs, same thing, 2 years or more of intense training, and they are placed with a person with a disability, and they also must pass a rigorous test to go into public. So it could be a mobility disability, it could be a diabetes alert dog, it could be to support someone with PTSD, it could be someone who suffers from autism. Emotional support dogs they provide support for someone with social emotional challenges, and it's unregulated and often owner-owned dogs, and there is a lot of controversy over emotional support animals, and lots of work being done to regulate and govern that particular type of very necessary. I'm not saying they're not necessary, but governance is always important. That's my charity. So education is key to support understanding, and the industry's changing, particularly post-pandemic, and it is our responsibility to disseminate the right information. I know Taylor at AAIP often speaks about the amount of misunderstandings around what a service dog is and what a therapy dog is, and now what an animal-assisted interventionist will be. Lots of opportunities for us to educate.